Good morning. You probably heard our little friend in the background there. That is a grackle, but he has a very interesting call. I don't think I've ever heard a grackle sound like this guy. So must be breeding season or something, because these guys are showing off to all the female grackles as we've walked around. But this guy's exceptionally loud and interesting calls, to say the least. So, but good morning to everybody. This is day 4 of our vacation. And we are going to be heading down into Tela, Honduras, which is a town near our resort here. We need to do a little grocery shopping, pick up some supplies and such for our room. So we're going to head down there today. We'll take you with us for that. One of the things that I wanted to try to touch on today in the video is, Kelly and I have done, 4 or 5 cruises now, and we've done some destination vacations. This is our second one outside of the U.S. Destination vacation. So, but what we're interested in knowing is, and we're actually thinking about the pros and cons of both. Pros and cons of a destination vacation as opposed to a cruise where you're hopping from port to port. So we're kind of making a list of some of those items to discuss at a later time, but I wanted to get all of you involved in that. And in the comments for this video, I would love to hear if you've been cruising before. Do you prefer to cruise or prefer a destination vacation? And give me some pros and cons to the destination vacation. I'm also going to be talking with my buddy Matt, who, if you haven't checked it out or don't know about it yet, I'll give a little shout out here. But Matt and Tony do a podcast on cruising, so it's the Cruise Geeks podcast, and it's interesting. They're about 8 episodes in at this point. I would definitely check it out because they really give some good tips about cruising and some different things. But they're also going to talk about this topic, and in episode 8 they actually talk about the pros and cons of cruising. So I want to cover the pros and cons of destination travel, and what that really means. And I, there's a little bit for everybody, but I think it'd be an interesting topic. So I think you told me this morning that you had one con of destination travel that you mentioned.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the language, and you're coming to a different country that you're not familiar with that language, it does make the barrier as far as talking to another person who's not familiar with English. That does make it a little bit difficult. So that's one thing that we've found to be a little bit difficult, but other than that, this place is gorgeous.
Yeah, and I think that obviously it depends on where you go, right? So we just so happen to be in a predominantly Spanish-speaking country. We're not in the most touristy of area, so therefore there's less English-speaking individuals, which does make it a little bit challenging. And I was actually thinking to myself last night, what in the heck do people do before Google Translate? That has just been amazing and helpful. Especially like I was thinking about today with us going down to the grocery store, I can pull up Google Maps and be able to show them this is the grocery store I want to go to, so we don't end up at some little market that we didn't plan on going to. So that language barrier can be a challenge. However, I think that it can be overcome, and I think there's other just amazing pros of destination travel, and we'll talk about those in our upcoming videos. So I think that's it to get us started for the morning, and we're gonna go on a little trek and see if we can do some grocery shopping in Tela, Honduras, and we'll give you some footage of that adventure. So we'll see you guys in a little bit.
I can get a picture of the grackle. Oh, I'm showing off for her.
Yeah. Here's our little grackle friend that's making all that noise up there. What did Megan name him? Jeremy?
Jeremy, yeah.
Jeremy has spoken.
He's not quit. Himself over.
we've made it to the supermarket. Time to do some grocery shopping for supplies we need at the hotel. Hope you enjoyed the ride. You want to say hi? We've made our way out into the golf course here. It's closed off there. I think they're having some kind of special function today. They said they didn't have any golf carts available for us to ride around in. So we're gonna just walk around and explore just a little bit. It's pretty hot out, especially in the sun, and we're directly in the sunlight. But hopefully we'll be able to take some cool pictures out here. So we're just gonna kind of walk around, see what we see. And if we find anything cool, I'll show you guys. So it looks like they do have a warning to stay out of the water. Crocodiles inhabit this area. Cocodrilos habitan en esta area. So maybe we'll get lucky and see a crocodile. So in Florida, we have to worry about, I shouldn't say worry, but people worry about American alligators on the golf courses. Here they have to worry about crocodiles on their golf courses. So Megan wanted to come to the pool, and today we didn't have any plans going on, unscripted today, so we brought her down to the pool. She's swimming around. I'm about to get in the water as well because it's pretty warm out and there's not a ton of shade around here. So So to continue the conversation we had a little bit earlier about the pros and cons of a destination vacation when compared to cruising, I think one of the things that we came upon was there's kind of two different buckets you got to think about destination vacations. One of those is, are you in a highly, like a U.S. citizenship vacation spot, maybe like Bahamas or U.S. Virgin Islands or really any touristy area, versus being in an area that is very low U.S. tourism, like here in Tela, Honduras. I would say that we are way in the minority of English-speaking. Very difficult to find any of the staff outside the front desk that speak much English at all. So, man, thank goodness for Google Translate, because without that we would really be struggling. Even with the like 40% fluent in Spanish that I am, it's, you know, that's on paper. That's so much easier to do reading Spanish and understanding it, but to speak back and forth with the speed that everybody speaks, it's really difficult to really understand what's going on. So a lot of no comprende happening on both sides of it. So it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a challenge and something that you have to be ready for when traveling to a place that has very little English-speaking citizens. So that, I think, is a con when it comes to destination vacations, but it's only when you're staying someplace that is not heavy U.S. tourism. So there's not a big need for English-speaking people here at this resort. This resort actually is, I think what we're gathering, is a hot spot for other Central American citizens that travel here because of the beaches and the ocean. So we're kind of treading in their turf, but it's been good. Everybody's super nice, which is really great, and they're very patient with us. But it gives us a whole new perspective on language barriers and how to interact with others, and it's been good. It's been really good. So we're gonna hang out here at the pool for a little bit, let Megan get her pool time in. I'm gonna jump in the pool and get cooled off here in a second. So once again, keep leaving those comments down below know on pros and cons of a destination vacation and what you think. And like I said, keep in mind some vacation spots are going to have more difficulties just due to language barriers and things like that compared to hot spots that U.S. citizens go vacation. Don't even have those problems. Yeah, I cannot wait for tomorrow. Absolutely fabulous snorkeling is coming. It's in our future, so I cannot wait to get out and do that. But for today, we're really just going to hang out at the pool probably for a while and just relax around the resort. Not much planned, so we'll bring you any action that pops up, or if we decide to do something a little different. Other than that, I'm just going to enjoy the pool. So Kelly and I are just going to go for a little walk. I think we're going to go down and walk on the beach for a little bit. Megan stayed back in the room and was watching some movies on Netflix. And just kind of reminded us, I think one of the things we brought up earlier was one of the major pros of staying at a resort or a hotel while on vacation, so a land-based vacation versus being on a cruise ship, is really that you got Wi-Fi. Like we have free Wi-Fi where it's a Hilton property. So we've got diamond status with all the traveling I do, which gives us really nice premium Wi-Fi service, and it's been great for streaming. Megan's got her laptop hooked to the TV in the room, and she's streaming Netflix. Her and Kelly watched a movie last night. I was able to upload my YouTube video really quickly, so that's been really, really great for be able to be connected and have that access. So that's one of the things that, we're kind of reminded of as one of the major pros of a land-based vacation compared to being on a cruise ship. So today's just been kind of a laid-back, kind of lazy day, and did some pool time. Now we're just going for a little walk, get a little beach in, and then we're going to do some more currency exchange for our trip tomorrow, since we'll be purchasing some lunch from the locals out on Kyle's Cachino, so we want to make sure we have local currency, the Lempira. And we went and did some grocery shopping today. Prices were really inexpensive on a lot of stuff. We were able to get like little bottles of water for like less than 50 cents a piece, which was awesome.
How we spent that?
Yeah, I mean, we spent just under 100 US, and we got a whole bunch of Red Bulls for Kelly to drink up.
And Mark.
They were on sale, by the way, and they were less expensive than the US.
Which we don't get Red Bull on one of the cruise lines.
Yeah, at least on Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean. Yeah, Royal Caribbean does not have Red Bulls. I don't know about Carnival, so
I think Carnival's one that does have it.
It's really windy here, so sorry if you can't hear us very well, but yeah, so that's another benefit. So we're here on the beach. We're going to kind of walk up and down the beach, and I'll let you guys kind of get a gist of the view that we have as we kind of walk up and down the beach. And we're going to just continue to relax the rest of the day today, just taking it easy. And then tomorrow is going to be a real big adventure. Be gone most of the day for our excursion. So we'll get back with you guys later. So a couple tips whenever traveling to a foreign country, especially if it's a non-U.S. touristy area, that we've kind of run into, because here in Tela, Honduras, mainland Honduras, there's very, very little U.S. tourism here. That being said, we waited to do our exchange of U.S. currency to the local currency, which is Lempira, to do that until we got here, because we didn't want to pay the fees in the airport, and the hotel said they could exchange it for us. Yes, they can. However, they don't typically have enough cash on hand to keep up with the demand. Not that we're spending a lot of money, but we've only tried to exchange, so far we've only been able to exchange 160 US because they just haven't had enough to keep up. Well, we spent $100 US at the grocery store picking up bottles of water and, like I joked earlier, Kelly's Red Bulls, and a couple bottles of wine and sunscreen and bug spray, things that we couldn't take on our carry-on. So we now have 1,500 Lempira, which is equivalent to about $64 in US. So we have that to pay for our lunches tomorrow. So here's my advice. If you're going to a country where, don't we have to go this way? So if you're going to a country where U.S. currency is not the main current, or not an acceptable currency in everything you're doing, then we highly recommend that you order from your bank the currency exchange. Your local bank or credit union will do the exchange. They're going to charge you a fee. However,
some do.
Some do.
Not.
That's true. Some do. Depends if you have an account there or not. Depends on your type of account, yada yada. All of that, even if they do have a small fee, it's worth it. Okay, it's worth it than trying to play this game of when are they going to have enough money for you to exchange at your hotel. So definitely do that. That's a must. Second tip number 2. We actually got this tip from a coworker who is from South America, and she said when you travel, tipping is customary to give a few bucks in local currency, but she also said what locals, non-U.S. citizens love is they love New York. So she recommended that we bring these I Love New York and Statue of Liberty keychains. So we went on Amazon and bought a couple packs. So we ended up with 24 of these little gold keychains with I Love New York and the Big Apple and Statue of Liberty, things like that on it. So we give those out to individuals that are giving us service here, and they absolutely love them. I mean, they just get really crazy happy about being handed those. So I recommend that you guys do the same thing. Just go on Amazon. I can even put a link in the description to the exact ones that I ordered. They were not very expensive at all, and it's making people really happy, and it's a great way to give them a tip without having to give them money too. So that's something else to consider, and they kind of they'll give you a little better service, hopefully, when you do that. So that's probably going to conclude our video for today. I don't think we're going to do much else. It's not very late in the day, but we're just going to lay around and relax. So that's not going to be very exciting on video. Kelly's going to do some photo editing. I'll probably go ahead and get this video edited and get it ready to go up so you guys can have it quickly. So it's just another great day here in Tela, Honduras at the Curio Resort by Hilton. It's called the Indura Beach Resort. Beach and Golf Resort. They have golfing here, which is supposed to be really good. I don't really golf, but I'll take their word for it. So tomorrow we've got an action-packed day, and I can't wait for tomorrow, and I'll bring you all that exciting things there. So for Kelly and I guess we're signing out for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta luego.
Bye.